Goa Flowers. I'm Anita Goa and welcome to Philosophy Friday. I am still in my kitchen. I had also offered today a food video on how to make a raspberry chia jam. It's right here. And if you don't know what a chia jam is, check out that video because I think you're going to be happy to know about it. It's really easy to make. And the best part is that you'll know exactly what goes into your jam, because sometimes those store-bought jams can contain way too much sugar than what we need. So check it out, make it, and let me know what you think. All right, today I am going to share with you my food philosophy. So if you're interested, keep staying tuned. Yeah, it's interesting that I've never really talked this much about food or shared my philosophy of food, but I think that I've probably just entered a different stage in my life now, having moved to London and cooking more, and yeah, it's just a journey that I'm on. But I've always been interested in food. I've always loved making food and studying what food contains and nutrition in general, and I almost became a nutritionist growing up in Norway. Yes, when I was about to enter college, I wanted to become a nutritionist, but didn't because of all the chemistry and the biochemistry. I'm not good at that, but now I do regret a little bit that I didn't just push myself through it. I did, however, become a home economics teacher. This is a fun fact that you don't know about me, I think. Yes, I went to school for home economics, so there was a lot of nutrition in that and making food. So had I continued to live in Norway, I would have either been a home economics teacher or I would have worked in the private sector and maybe worked for the organization for meat, dairy, fish, or vegetables. Anyway, I did, after college, go to New York and worked as a aerobics instructor and personal trainer, and then later on yoga teacher, and have always been guiding clients and myself in what to eat. So I have a lot of experience when it comes to food. I'm almost 45 years old, so I've accumulated a lot of knowledge, and I think at this point in my life I know what works for me. But I keep changing and I keep experimenting. So if I have a philosophy, it would be that I need to eat foods that serve my lifestyle and that serve me in the moment that I'm in. Because I have noticed that some foods make me really sleepy and other foods make me get more energy. And basically we are what we eat. It's completely really immediate. Before, I would wake up and I would have oatmeal in the morning, and I loved my oatmeal and it served me in a really good way. Now I can't have oatmeal in the morning anymore. If I did, I would feel really, really sleepy and wanting to go back to bed. I love breakfast. I love lunches. I am not too crazy about dinners. I don't like dinners for some reason. I don't like to eat too much at night, but I like to eat more during the day. So I think that you can develop your own philosophy really through just paying attention to how the foods make you feel. If you're eating foods that are making you feel bloated and your stomach is looking like it's 4 months pregnant, that's a sign that the foods that you're eating are not processing in your body and might not be the best for you. Or maybe you're gaining a lot of weight from the food that you're eating. That's also a sign. I think it's important to eat foods that will process in your body so that your body composition is the best that it can be for the stage that you're in and the activities that you're doing. I know and I think that we are all vain and have a certain amount of vanity, that we want to look and we want to feel our best, and our food is definitely a part of that. So I don't consider myself a vegan or vegetarian or a raw foodist. I am a little bit more of a flexitarian, something I've called myself now for years. Although I am aware of what I eat and I make choices for what I eat, I'm kind of flexible. But you know, I keep changing. I'm very fascinated towards the raw food lifestyle, and I think that the more vegetables we have in our diet, it can only do good. What has shaped me a lot have probably been two things. One is my yoga practice. When I started to practice yoga, I quickly realized that I couldn't eat a huge meal before my yoga practice, even an hour before. My yoga practice has made me much more aware of what I eat and how I feel. So I think I've probably become much more sensitive to foods that I eat, more than what I did back when I was doing aerobics. The other thing that changed my relationship to food was when I was pregnant with my son. I had always heard that, you know, you are eating for two, and the foods that you are eating, you are feeding the baby. But it wasn't until I was pregnant and I was feeling this human being growing inside of me that I got it, and I became extra aware of what I was eating so that I could feed my baby the best possible nutrition. So that's, you know, that's kind of interesting, I think, also. So I think anyone can find their own philosophy, but it is just like yoga. You have to practice, you have to experiment, and you just have to create your own strong seat, which is asana. But I think if we find that strong seat and we become secure in what we eat, and we know that that food is serving me in the best way possible, then it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or whatever judgment it is that they're passing on to us. If we're eating something and we were not quite sure if it's the best thing, then we become insecure about what it is that we're eating. We have to just continue to keep practicing what it is that works for us. So that is also my philosophy. So it is just about finding your own flow and then following your own flow, and you can change along the way. So let me know what you like to eat, your philosophy, and if it works for you at this point, or if you feel like you need to change it, or what's up. So lastly, let me share with you my 3 favorite books. I had through the years been buying so many cookbooks and not using them at all. I just kept buying and buying and buying. I had a stack of books, and when we moved from New York, I gave away most of my books. So I have a few books left, and they're actually for the most part vegetarian and raw food books, and I'm going to go through them one by one and extract what it is that I like. And I think eventually I'll probably be making my own little cookbook, if not to sell, at least, you know, just for me and my family. But my 3 favorite cookbooks now that I keep going back to are this one, the Modern Ayurvedic Cookbook. I've had for years, and I've used this one so much. I love the recipes, and although I don't follow 100% the Ayurvedic philosophy, I do a little bit. I highly recommend this. It's great, nutritious, delicious tasting recipes. My second favorite cookbook is American Masala. This is in the Indian cuisine, and just like in the Modern Ayurvedic Cookbook, has a lot of Indian spices, and the Indian cuisine is my complete total favorite cuisine. I love the spices, I use them a lot, but the Indian cuisine is very heavy, so I can't eat that all the time either, because, you know, it makes me feel very heavy and dense. But American Masala, those recipes in it are to die for. It's like eating in a very exclusive Indian restaurant. It is kind of time consuming to make it because there's a lot of chopping and preparation involved. But when you have made a recipe from this cookbook, you will not regret it. My last but now favorite cookbook, or of the three, is A Modern Way to Eat, and I mentioned this one last week too. And she uses a lot of Indian spices also, and a lot of sweet potato and yams, or mostly sweet potatoes. It is so good. Anna had me at the sweet potato. That's for sure. So those are my three favorite cookbooks. If you have any cookbooks that you love, let me know. I would love to hear about it. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it and inspired you maybe in some way. But I want to hear from you as well. All right, so leave all of your comments in the comment box below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, as well as make sure that you've subscribed to my channel for more videos from my kitchen, more food, more fun and philosophy. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.